My experience at Central was really good. I felt everyone was super welcoming and friendly, and that the teachers were just super supportive and nice. And since I always asked my teachers a lot for help and all, where I would just try to get them to correct my work as much as possible so that I could get as much feedback back so that I could try and to improve my work. And then my peers are all just super nice. They encouraged me a lot and just supported me a lot through high school. I guess it's really just the people that made it up that made it extra special for me. And then I guess all the staffs were super nice, and that they just made me feel like it was really another home for me to come.
So I've been at Cornerstone since kindergarten, and I've known my teachers my whole life. I've grown up with them, and my parents work at Cornerstone, so I've always stayed after schools, and then I always hang out with the teachers after. So I build relationships with them, and they just have helped me with my academics, and then they've also been able to talk to me on a more personal level and just explain things and understand my passions, because I've been it's a smaller school, so then you can the teachers can talk to us and just really get to know us on a more personal level, which is very, very nice.
Well, it was a really fun time, all 4 years. It was really interesting for COVID in between, but it was overall really good experience. Made a lot of friends with teachers and all that. So it was overall just a great time. Really happy about it.
It has been very fun. I did online learning before I came to Riverview in grade 10, and I really wanted to be in a community. I didn't like kind of the isolation of online school, so I really appreciated making friends in any class I've been in. It's just been fun because the school is so small that you get to know people personally really well. So that's made kind of any class better, just knowing my friends are in the class. And through COVID, it didn't really affect us that much, because when COVID hit, we just stopped doing school for 5 months. And then the next year we came back to school, but just with masks. So it didn't affect me that much, aside from doing the block schedule, where you do 2 classes and you do them in 2 months, and you do 5 of those per year. So those were kind of harder for the more intensive subjects. Right now we're doing pre-calculus, and that's kind of crazy to do in 2 months. So aside from that, it's been fine.
Grade 9 started out really normal. We had Valhalla, which was always a highlight. We got to sleep at the school, that was all normal. And then grade 10 was pretty good too until March, and then our experience was really different because we had to experience COVID. And in March of 2020, we had to go online, and everyone was like, oh, fun vacation, 2 weeks, we'll be back. And then we weren't, which then we had to do school online. And I don't think many of us actually did the school online. And then summer was weird that summer because you couldn't go hang out with your friends, you couldn't really do much of that. And then grade 11, we had the block system, which was really different because you had to stay focused for 2.5 hours of one class every day for 6 weeks. So it was a really long experience in that, and the 2.5 hours was long, and it was only 2 subjects that you got to do, whereas normal semester you have 6 subjects to take, so it really mixed it up and you don't get bored. And after the 6 weeks, it's kind of oh, can we move on to something else? I'm tired of doing this one class for 6 weeks straight. And then it was really exciting coming back into grade 12 because there wasn't as many restrictions. We had to wear a mask, but we were back to semester, and we got to hang out with more people. So grade 12 has definitely been a real highlight because we got to go back to being normal, and we got our sports back and all that. So, yeah.
My favorite class, since I'm more of a math kid, I probably preferred calculus a lot out of all the other classes.
So my favorite class would have to be biology. I love the teacher and I love the class, and it's just so interesting.
Favorite class? really don't know. Maybe probably physics. Physics was a pretty fun class. It was really challenging as well, so I'd probably have to say physics.
Chemistry. I did it online because we didn't offer it this year. So even though it was online, I really liked the subject and I liked learning about all the different kind of medications and how they work in the body and stuff like that. Biology was a close second.
Throughout all of high school, my favorite class was probably any of the math classes that I took with Miss Douglas because I'm really good at math. Like naturally, math comes easy, and then Miss Douglas teaches it really well. She has note sheets for everyone, and there's different assignments. And if you have questions, she's really good at answering them.
Most challenging? I would probably go with physics. I think physics was a little harder than calculus just because I think I was a little better off in calculus and math. But I still enjoyed physics too, since it's also a lot of math, but I think it was a little harder there.
The most challenging class is the one that my dad teaches, which is calculus. I cannot understand anything, but I try to work hard so I can get at least a good mark in that class.
I would say it was a tie between chemistry and physics for sure. They're really advanced classes, and so there's a lot of work and effort that has to go put it into to succeed in them. So definitely those two.
Right now, pre-calculus 30. It's just my brain. I can get science really easy, but math, it just takes me longer, and you're learning a chapter in 2 or 3 days, and then you move on. So it's just a lot very fast, and you have to make sure that you're doing the work at home to really grasp it in school.
The most challenging class was this year. I'm in calculus right now, and it's very challenging. Usually I'm so good at math, and then I'm taking calculus right now, and nope, it's not going great.
So I played badminton this year, and I also played badminton in grade 9. And then I joined in grade 10, but then we kind of shut down, so kind of stopped. And then also this year, I also did track and field.
I was involved with volleyball, and in grade 9, our volleyball team was the first ever girls team from Cornerstone to go to provincials as well. And then I played basketball and badminton, and as I said before, I went to hoopla in basketball this year, and I went to badminton provincials in grade 9 and grade 12. So I've been part of a lot of extracurriculars at Cornerstone.
I played soccer for all 4 years. I was captain this year. We didn't do it in, what was it, the grade 11 year. We didn't have it because of COVID. So I really went back and forth. I was goalkeeper for a few games, defense, midfield, striker, did it all.
This year I was in Journey to Hope, badminton club, curling, SRC, and I think that's it.
I'm involved in a lot of stuff. I've been doing the musicals since I was in grade 9. And then in grade 10, I joined soccer. And I played soccer in grade 10 and then again this year in grade 12 because we weren't allowed sports last year. And both years that I've played, we won provincials. We got first at provincials. So that's
Congratulations.
fun. I'm involved in SRC, which is our student-run council. And then I'm involved in our ministry team, and we do the liturgies and plan the faith retreats and stuff. This year, my friends and I started a program, a little club called SWAT, which stands for Student Wellness Awareness Team. And we focus a lot on mental health and breaking down stigma around mental health and just being a safe group for anyone to be included in.
So now I'm gonna go off to U of A, so University of Alberta, and I'm gonna go into a bachelor's of science, and so I'll be doing physiology as my undergrad, and also at U of A I'll be playing for the tennis team next year. Well, I'm hoping to get into medical school, so I'm hoping to become maybe a doctor of some sort.
So I have been accepted at the U of R for the education program. I am going to be a high school teacher. I'm taking a major in general science and a minor in math because I'm trying to follow my dad's footsteps a little bit, and then hopefully get a teaching degree and then whatever goes from there.
What's next? I got accepted into the University of Toronto. I'm going into engineering science. I got a full ride scholarship, so
I am going to be pursuing my Bachelor of Science in Nursing at the U of R in Regina. And hopefully I can do some training in a hospital, and then I can do travel nursing and maybe go back for my nurse practitioner.
After high school, I've been accepted into U of S, so I have a first year of pre-professional, which is an arts and science program, and then after that I'll reapply and I'm going into nursing.